Hello students, in the last class we have discussed scattering matrix and their properties. Basically the scattering matrix are used to find out the relationship between different power relationship between different ports. And today we are going to discuss different micro components. The first we will discuss microwave T's, or they are called as a junction. So basically, as I told you, it is required to combine two or more power, or sometimes it is required to split the power from the one port to the many different ports. So we require microwave T's or junction where the two or the more ports are coming together. So the example of the scattering matrix for a different junction we have discussed, and scattering matrix is a n by n matrix where n is a number of ports, and for every T's or every junction the scattering matrix will be there, and using scattering matrix we will find out the power relationship. And there the three type of T's are used generally. These are called as H plane T, E plane T, and EH, or the magic T is there. The first we'll discuss about H plane D. The figure of the H plane T is shown in the figure. It consists of three ports. Basically H plane T junction is formed by cutting a rectangular slot along the width of the main waveguide and attaching another waveguide, the side arm called the H arm, as shown in the figure. The port 1 and the port 2 of the main waveguide are called collinear ports, and port 3 is called as H arm, or it is called as a side arm. H plane T is so called because the axis of the side arm is parallel to the planes of the main transmission line, as all three arms of H plane T are in the plane of magnetic field. The magnetic field divides itself into the arms. So therefore, this is also called as a current junction. The properties of the H plane T can be completely defined by its S matrix. The order of the scattering matrix is 3 by 3 since there are 3 possible input and 3 possible outputs. So the S matrix is given by the equation 1, and as I told you, this is the plane of the symmetry of the junction is there. So therefore the S13 and S23 are equal. S13, that is a 1, indicates that is the incident waves, and port 3 indicates the reflected wave. That is a S13 is a parameter related to the port 1 and the 3, and because of the symmetry of the junction, the S13 and the S23 are the same. So therefore we can write S13 is equal to S23, and from the symmetric property Sij is equal to Sji, that is a property of the scattering matrix as discussed in the last class. S12 is equal to S21, S23 is equal to S32 is equal to S13, and S13 is equal to 31. So we will put all these the values in equation number 1. So since port 3 is a perfectly matched, so S33 is equal to 0. So you put all the values, you will come to know that S13, S13, S13 4 values are there. Then S12, S12 2 values, S11, S22 and S33 is equal to 0. So there are 4 unknowns. So we have the unitary property, that is S into S complex conjugate is equal to I, that is identity matrix. So just let us write from the equation to S and its complex conjugate, that is equal to identity matrix. And now we will get 4 unknowns are there. We will get 4 equations and we will solve these 4 equations simultaneously. So we will get the values of all the scattering parameters. So now let us multiply R1 and the C1. You will get equation number 3, and that is equal to S11 square plus S12 square plus S13 square is equal to 1. Similarly R2 C2, R3 C3, R3 C1, and from the equation number 6, so we will get S13 is equal to 1 by root 2, and from the equation number 4 and 5 we will get S11 is equal to S22, and again from the equation number 7 we will get S11 is equal to minus S12, or S12 is equal to minus S11. So from equation 4 we will get S11 is equal to 1 by 2. So S11 is equal to minus 1 by 2, S22 is equal to 1 by 2. Substitute all these values in the equation, we will get the S matrix for the H plane T is equal to like this. And as we know, B is equal to S into E. B is a reflected waves, S is a scattering matrix, A is incident wave, So we will get this values. This, that is a S matrix for H plenty, is represented by this, and by from the equation B is equal to S into A, we will get equation number 14, equation number 15, and equation number 16. And this equation number 14, 15, and the 16 are used to find out the power at various ports, that is a port 1, port 2, and port 3. Now let us consider different cases. The case 1, power is given to port 3, that is A3 is not equal to 0, and there is no power input is given at the port 1 and port 2, that is the incident wave at port 1 and the port 2 is equal to 0. Now let us substitute all these values in equation number 14, 15, and the 16. We will get B1 is equal to A3 by root 2, B2 is equal to A3 by root 2, and B3 is equal to 0. And we know that P3 corresponding to A3 at the port 3, so therefore the P3 is equal to P1 plus P2. We can write this is equal to 2 P1. So accordingly we can find out the power at the port 2 and the port 3, which is equal to 10 log to the base 10, that is output power divided by input power. Output is a P1, input is a P3, P3 is equal to 2 P1. We will get 10 log to the base 10 1 by 2, that is equal to minus 3 dB. So that is the power coming out of the port 1 or port 2 is a 3 dB down with respect to input port. Therefore H plenty is also called as a 3 dB splitter. Sometimes in the examination they will ask, prove that the H plenty will act as a 3 dB splitter. So you have to derive the S matrix, and you have to consider the case 1, A3 is not equal to 0, A1 is equal to 0, A2 is equal to 0. You put these values in equation number 14, 15, and 16, you will get the power at the port and the port 2 is equal to minus 3 dB, and accordingly you can prove it. Now let us take case 2, when no power is given to port 3 and equal power is given at the port 1 and the port 2. Substitute these values in the equation B1, B2, and B3. Will get B1 is equal to 0, B2 is equal to 0, and B3 is equal to A by root 2 plus A by root 2. That is a addition of instantaneous power at the port 1 and the port 2. So that is the output of the port 3 is addition of 2 input at the port 1 and the port 2, and these are added in phases. So therefore when you will give the power at the port 3, equal and in phase power will come at the port 1 and the port 2, which is half of the input power, that is instantaneous power. And when you give the power at the port 1 and the port 2, the addition of instantaneous power will be available at the port 3, that in phase. Now this is about the H plenty. Sometimes they may ask you the problem on the H plenty, and they will ask you to find out the B1, B2, B3, and they will give like the A1, A2 at the port 1 or the port 2, port 1, port 2, or the port 3. You have to remember these three equations. From the three equations you can find out the values. It's all about H plenty. Now another T is there, that is called as a E plenty, that is also called as a voltage or series junction. So basically in E plenty, a rectangular slot is cut along the broader dimensions of a long waveguide, and a side arm is attached as shown in the figure. Port 1 and the port 2 are called as the collinear ports, and port 3 is called as E arm. When the T10 mode is made to propagate into port 3, the two output at the port 1 and port 2 will have a phase shift of 180 degree as shown in the second figure. Since the electric field lines change their direction when they come out of port 1 and 2, so it is called as a E plenty. E plenty is a voltage or series junction symmetrical about the central arm. Hence any signal that is to be split or any two signal that are to be combined will fade from the E arm. The basic difference between H plenty and E plenty is that when you give the power at the port 3, equal and out of power phase power will come from the port 1 and port 2. But in H plenty, in phase power will come. When you will give the equal and in phase power at the port 1 and port 2, that will cancel at the port 3. If you give out of phase power at port 1 and the port 2, they are the combined. So as it is a 3 port, it is represented by using 3 by 3 matrix similar to the H plenty, that is a S11, 12, 13. So these parameters will be 9 scattering elements are there. Now again we will apply the properties of the scattering matrix. As I told you, the opposite phase power will come from the port 1 and port 2. So S23 is equal to minus S13. Since the output at the port 1 and port 2 are out of phase 180 degree, so we can write equation number 2, S23 is equal to minus S13. Then again from another property, that is a symmetry property, Sij is equal to Sji. We can write S12 is equal to S21, S23 is equal to S32 is equal to S13, and S13 is equal to S31. Since the port is perfectly matched at the port 3, so S33 is equal to 0. Now let us substitute all these values in equation number 1. So we will get like the 4 unknowns are there, similar to H plane T. Now we have unitary property of scattering matrix S into S complex conjugate is equal to identity matrix. So you write the equation now, and you to find out 4 unknowns, you will get 4. You should get 4 equations. So just R1 C1 multiply R2 C2, R3 C3, and R3 C1. You will get 4 unknown equations. And by solving this equation, you will get S13 is equal to 1 by root 2. S11 is equal to 1 by 2, similar to H plane T. And this S matrix for E plane T is given by this. So if you look at the values, so these first 4 values are 1 by 2, 1 by 2, 1 by 2, 1 by 2, and next are 1 by root 2 minus 1 by root 2, 1 by root 2 minus 1 by root 2, and S33 is equal to 0. And we know B is equal to S into A. Now just put the values. You will get 3 equations, that is a B1, B2, and B3, which are the most important equation to solve E plane T, and you will get the power relationship in E plane T using equation number 14, 15, and 16. So which you have to remember this equation. The problem may be asked on this. Now similar to H plane T, we will consider 2 cases. The first case, the power is fed at the port 3, that is A3 is not equal to 0. Now power is fed at the port 1 and 2, so B1, A1 and A2 is equal to 0. By substituting these values in equation number 14, 15, and 16, you will get B1 is equal to 1 by root 2 A3, B2 is equal to minus 1 by root 2 A3, and B3 is equal to 0. That means that the input at port 3 is equally divides between port 1 and port 2, but introduces a phase shift of 180 degree between the two outputs. Hence, E plane T is also called as a 3 dB power splitter. Similarly, we will consider another case where power fed to port 3 is 0, equal, and in phase power is fed at the port 1 and the port 2, that is A1 and A2 is equal to A. And substituting these values in equation number 14, 15, and 16, you will get B1 is equal to 1 by 2A plus 1 by 2A, B2 is equal to 1 by 2A plus 1 by 2A, B3 is equal to 1 by root 2, A1 minus 1 by root 2, A2, that because A1 and A2 are same, so B3 is equal to 0. So equal input at port 1 and the port 2 result no output at port 3. And if you consider the port case 3, that is A1 is not equal to 0, A2, A3 is equal to 0, and just substitute these values, you will get B1 is equal to 1 by 2A, B2 is equal to 1 by 2A, B3 is equal to minus 1 by root 2 A1. Similarly, we can have all combination of input and outputs. So all these are about the E plane T and H plane T. So basic difference is in H plane T, if you give the power at the port 3, 3 dB power will come from port 1 and the port 2, which are in phase, while in E plane T, the power are out of phase. If you give in phase power equal at the port 1 and the port 2 in H plane T, the power incidence power get added, but here you will get 0 output at port 3 in E plane T. So accordingly, through scattering matrix, you can find out the power relationship for the T's of the junction. This is all about E plane T and H plane T. In next class, we will discuss about the magic T or EH plane T, which is combination of E plane T as well as H plane T. The same properties are used uh, to find out the power relationship in magic T, that we will discuss in next class. Thank you.